Are e-cigarettes and vaping really safer than smoking, or is this just a big myth started by the makers of them to addict our generation? E-cigarettes and vaping are proving to be more dangerous and more addictive than smoking, contrary to what the makers of e-cigarettes are telling us in their marketing. I am sure most of us will not argue that smoking is addictive and not safe for our health. Even though e-cigarettes and vaping are advertised as the safer alternative to smoking because they do not contain tobacco, they actually still produce nicotine and other toxic chemicals that are known to cause cancer and other diseases. Additionally, the makers of these e-cigarettes have targeted the younger crowd by focusing marketing campaigns directly towards them, making them taste like candy, and in some instances doubling the nicotine. Here's an image of e-cigarettes and vapes. First, I would like to tell you why I'm so concerned about the safety of e-cigarettes and vaping. Today, there are many advertisements targeting our age group, making claims that e-cigarettes and vaping are safer alternatives to smoking. Even though e-cigarettes are marketed as smoke-free, the FDA has reported they contain toxic chemicals to cause cancer, which the users can be exposed to. In 2009, the FDA pointed out that e-cigarettes marketed as tobacco-free contained a toxic compound found in antifreeze, formaldehyde, and benzene. All of these chemicals are known to cause cancer in humans. It has been shown that e-cigarettes users can develop serious health problems much quicker than traditional smokers. It is well known that smoking causes lung cancer, breast cancer, emphysema, and heart disease. It usually takes decades of smoking for these diseases to develop. Here's an image of the FDA. According to the CDC, in 2019, it became clear that vaping could cause seizures and serious lung damage after just a year, possibly less by vaping. Most e-cigarettes are powered by a lithium-ion battery, and they work by pressing a button. According to the New York Times, the e-cigarettes can explode or catch fire due to a phenomenon called thermal runaway, causing serious burns to the face and mouth. Even small children too young to smoke can be harmed by e-cigarettes and vaping products. According to the National Center for Health Research, the liquid that is used in the vaping products, which looks and smells like and tastes like candy, is highly concentrated, and if it gets on the skin of a child or is swallowed by the child is more likely to go to the hospital rather than if they swallowed a regular cigarette. Second, I would like to point out some major concerns with the marketing practices of the e-cigarettes and the myth that they are less addictive than smoking. The makers of e-cigarettes and vaping products have went out of their way to target the younger crowd. Here's an image of a Juul with a girl about my age, 20 or in her teens. The manufacturers purposely targeted the younger crowd with their marketing. On one brand, they have a light on it, and they advertise that you can put your e-cigarette in rave mode. All of the ads contain pictures of teens, and they advertise that it is small, discreet, and closely resembles a USB drive, so it can be easily hidden and used in a variety of settings. On February 24, 2018, the FDA sent a letter to Juul expressing concern about the popularity of Juul products among the youth and ordered Juul to submit documents regarding its marketing practices. So they needed to add a warning to the Juul because they did not have one before. According to the FDA, in November 2018, they announced that it was seeking to limit sales of all flavored vapes. Most of the e-cigarettes contain the addictive chemical nicotine, which is what is found in tobacco, but initially there was no warning on the device. Beginning in 2018, the FDA announced that a required nicotine addictiveness warning statement be on the product packages and advertisements. You may be asking why I'm so concerned. As you can see, e-cigarettes and vaping contain some of the same and even more toxic chemicals than traditional smoking, and they are just as or even more addictive than smoking. It is very clear that e-cigarettes and vaping are not safer than smoking, and saying that they are safer is actually just a big myth started by the makers of them to addict our generation. I just wanted to point out to you that e-cigarettes are not